Have you ever had a stranger look at you like they already knew your entire life? Because that's exactly what happened to a young waitress. When an old woman grabbed her hand and whispered, "You have my daughter's eyes." And before anyone could understand what that meant, a billionaire collapsed to the floor. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who believes in second chances, and subscribe to Real Hidden Gems for more powerful stories like this. Before you go, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And do you believe family is defined by blood or by love? The midday sun poured through the tall glass windows of the grand dining hall, casting golden light across crystal glasses and white tablecloths. The air carried soft laughter, quiet deals, and the polished calm of people who had everything. Clara moved between tables with careful steps, balancing a tray of water glasses. At just 21, life had already asked too much of her. Double shifts, unpaid bills, and a sick younger brother waiting at home. Still, she smiled, because she had learned long ago that survival sometimes meant pretending everything was okay. She approached a table near the center of the room. That's when it happened. An elderly woman in an emerald dress looked up at her and froze. Her hand trembled. Her lips parted. Tears filled her eyes. Slowly, almost fearfully, she reached out and touched Clara's face. "You have my daughter's eyes." The words fell like thunder in the silent room. Clara stepped back confused. "Ma'am." But before anything else could be said, a loud crash echoed behind them. A man, Richard Alcott, one of the richest men in the city, collapsed to the floor, clutching his chest. Panic erupted. Chairs scraped, people shouted, waiters rushed forward. But the old woman, Eleanor Whitmore, didn't move. Her eyes never left Clara, as if letting go meant losing her all over again. The next few days changed everything. Eleanor found Clara again. This time with photographs. Old ones. A young woman smiling in sunlight. Same eyes, same expression. "Her name was Isabel," Eleanor said, her voice breaking. "My daughter, she died years ago." Clara's heart pounded. "My mother's name was Marlene," she whispered. But something didn't feel right. Marlene had always been quiet, secretive, no family photos, no past. Just silence. Then came the truth. Piece by piece. Like broken glass being slowly put back together. Marlene was Isabel. She hadn't died. She had survived the accident. Pregnant, afraid, broken. And she chose to disappear. To protect her child. To give her a life free from wealth, control, and the shadows of power. That child was Clara. Meanwhile, in a private hospital room, Richard Alcott finally spoke. The truth he had buried for decades spilled out between weak breaths. "I knew," he admitted. "I knew Isabel was alive." Clara's voice trembled. "Then why didn't you tell her mother?" Richard closed his eyes. "Because she begged me not to. She wanted freedom, not a life controlled by money and expectations." Tears rolled down his face. "I thought I was protecting her, but I was just hiding from the consequences." Clara felt torn apart. Anger. Confusion. Pain. Her whole life had been built on a lie. Her mother had chosen silence. This man had chosen secrecy. And her grandmother had lived in grief, unaware her daughter had lived. But Eleanor didn't try to buy her love. She didn't demand anything. Instead, she showed up. At Clara's small apartment. At the hospital for her brother. Sitting quietly at their worn-out table. Listening. Learning. Loving. Not as a billionaire. But as a grandmother. Weeks turned into months. Slowly. Walls broke. Clara's brother got the treatment he needed. Eleanor laughed again. Richard changed. Not through money. But through regret. Through humility. Through finally telling the truth. One afternoon, they sat together in Eleanor's garden. Sunlight danced across blooming flowers. Clara's brother ran freely across the grass, his laughter filling the air. Eleanor held Clara's hand gently. Not tightly. Not desperately. Just peacefully. Richard sat nearby, watching quietly. For the first time in years. His eyes were calm. Clara looked around. And realized something. Family wasn't just about blood. It wasn't about wealth. It wasn't even about the past. It was about who stayed. who showed up, who chose love despite everything. And sometimes, life doesn't give you the truth right away. But when it does, it gives you a chance to heal.